Welcome to the session on Objectives of Budget from the unit Government Budget. I'm Tejinder Khosla and I've been teaching economics for more than 30 years. I was heading the economics department in a leading institution in Delhi NCR. In this session, I'll be covering all the objectives of the government budget, namely economic growth, economic equality, economic stability, generation of employment, allocation of resources, and management of public enterprises. Let's discuss the objective of economic growth. A country's economic growth depends on its rate of savings and investment. Thus, budget creates conditions to raise the level of savings and investment in an economy, and this will help in achieving economic growth. Once economic growth is promoted, it leads to an increase in the living standards of the people. So budget creates conditions to increase the level of savings in the economy. Increase in savings leads to an increase in investment levels because savings are the main source of investment. Increase in investment by the producers will increase the productive capacity of the economy, which further increases the level of production. An increase in production implies increase in gross domestic product, because gross domestic product is nothing else but the money value of the goods and services produced in an economy. When GDP increases, it is an indicator of increased economic growth. And increased economic growth will in turn increase the living standards of the people. Now we come to the objective of economic equality. But before discussing this objective, we must understand that economic inequalities are inherent in any economic system. But beyond a certain level, they become socially and economically undesirable. So they need to be curbed to the socially desirable level. And this is done through what we call redistribution of income and wealth, where measures are taken to bridge the gap between the richer sections and the poorer sections of the society. So measures that are taken in the budget are to increase the taxes on goods consumed by the richer sections, that is the luxuries, and also to increase taxes on the incomes of the richer sections. The money that the government gets through these increased taxes are then spent on the upliftment and well-being of the poorer sections through provision of subsidies, social security benefits, and specific welfare programs like provision of free education and healthcare facilities to the poorer sections. Let's now discuss the objective of economic stability. Budget is utilized to avoid economic fluctuations and to bring about and maintain economic stability. The fluctuations can be seen in business cycles, which capture the alternating periods of expansion and contraction in the economic activity, or what we call the natural rise and fall of economic activity. A business cycle has 4 stages: peak, recession, depression, recovery, and we reach peak again. Now, these fluctuations in the business cycle lead to economic instability. Therefore, economic stability becomes an important objective of the budget. Now, let's talk of 2 main types of economic fluctuations, namely depression and inflation. Depression is the lowest ebb of a business cycle, where most of the economic activities come almost to a standstill. The main reason for depression is a low level of aggregate demand. So, To boost this aggregate demand, the government resorts to what is called deficit budgeting. Now, in deficit budgeting, the government decreases taxes, which is the main source of revenue for the government, and it increases its expenditure, since government expenditure is an important component of aggregate demand. An increase in government expenditure will increase the level of aggregate demand in the economy and will bring the economy out of a depression. On the contrary, during inflation, the aggregate demand is very high, and therefore to control that high level of aggregate demand and bring it down, the government follows a policy of surplus budgeting. And this is done through an increase in the rate of taxes in the economy, as well as a decrease in government expenditure, which will reduce the aggregate demand in the economy and control the inflationary tendencies. The next important objective of government budget is generation of employment. Employment generation coupled with improving employability has been a priority of the government. Accordingly, the government has taken various steps and implemented various budgetary policies for employment generation. We can categorize these policies under three heads. First, promoting labor intensive technology. Second, public works programs. And third, employment generation programs. Now, promoting employment, labor intensive technology can create crores of jobs in a labor abundant country like India, and can solve the unemployment problem to a great extent. Labor intensive sectors like textile, plastics, footwear, sports goods, food processing, furniture, etc., have tremendous scope for increasing the employment opportunities. And moreover, India has a comparative advantage in the labor intensive sector, since it is a labor abundant country. Public works programs in general can include a range of infrastructural projects like construction of roads, dams, bridges, parks, street lights, to buildings related to health, education, offices, museums, etc. These projects not only generate employment for the people, but also ensure public health and safety and improve the quality of life of the people of a country. Employment generation programs have been a very important source of generating employment in the economy. So, some of the important employment generation programs are Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Protsahan Yojana, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, Prime Minister's employment generation programs, etc. So all these programs have been implemented in the rural as well as the urban areas, and have created lot of job opportunities for the unemployed people in rural as well as urban areas. Allocation of resources is another important objective of the government budget. So, the government allocates resources for various development and welfare programs under the budget. For example, there are welfare programs for women, for children, for physically handicapped, etc. And these have been initiated both in the rural as well as urban areas. A very important example of one such program is the National Family Welfare Programs. Under the budget, the funds are also allocated for a very strategic sector, namely the defense sector of the country. Resources are also allocated for social sectors like education and health and various other economic sectors, the primary, secondary, and tertiary sectors, so that all sectors grow simultaneously, since both social as well as economic sectors are important for the growth of the economy. Balanced allocation of resources will lead to a balanced economic growth between sectors as well as between regions, and this will promote economic prosperity. Under the budget, backward areas are given priority while allocating the resources. So, various industries are being set up in the backward areas, and funds are allocated accordingly through the budget. Management of public enterprises refers to the process of planning, organizing, directing, and controlling the resources and operations of the public enterprises so that they can meet public needs and efficiently contribute to the overall economic development. So the government plans revenue and expenditure of public enterprises to maximize welfare. Allocation of funds for the public sector enterprises is therefore done through the budget. So the government undertakes commercial activities which are natural monopolies such as railways, electricity, aircraft production, etc. through its public enterprises. And this is done to prevent private monopolies to take advantage through their profit maximizing behavior. Hope you found this session useful. If you have any doubts, please leave them in the comment section below. In case you found the video helpful, remember to press the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel for more economics concepts and tutorials.